Good afternoon, football fans. You're live. Third down with Morgan Holder. I am Morgan.
And I am the illustrious Holder. Welcome, listeners and fans. Continue, Morgan, please.
Holder, you got your revenge, but before we get into that, I do want to give my shout outs. I got a couple extra in here. Very special extra ones, but I want to give my shout outs. The first one I want to give out is around the NFL. First take, Good Morning Football. And the last but not least, I have to do this, but New Heights with the Kelsey brothers. Those guys are amazing.
Shit.
No, I'm not kidding. I even threw a new one in there. You didn't even say nothing about it.
You're kidding. I mean, God almighty. Okay, just let me do mine. When I do mine, it'll show you how I feel about football. Of course, we're going to send out to the and stone safety. Brian Clark. Right?
Of course you would say.
Get up and speak for yourself. Also, want to send a special shout out to Nick Chubb and wish him the best. Real important person to that franchise, but terrible.
It's
terrible. Good for the AFC West.
Oh, for you,
North, AFC North.
For you guys, it is. Considering that Chubb was putting it on you guys before he got hurt. But yes, I mean, hopefully he can come back. It's hopefully not a career-ending injury. I wish we had the details of everything, which, I don't think nobody really does, but the Browns are not giving out information out. But yeah, I hope he comes back. I hope it's not like a career-ending injury or anything like that, because he's really a really good running back. And that's a huge loss for the Browns.
Well, what?
Again, it's a big loss for the Browns. You're just trying to get me going, and I promised myself I wouldn't use profanity this season.
They have the $230 million quarterback
and a sex addict.
He's a quarterback.
And a sex addict.
On the field, he's a quarterback.
And he's still. You know why he's not doing so good?
Probably because he's not good.
No. Try again.
He's got pressure on him, man. Come on,
it's because he likes to put his hands on things that's not football. If it had boobies and a butt, he would probably be better, like he is doing that.
Oh, man, he didn't play 2 years. 2 years. Michael Vick didn't play 2 years, and he came back.
But whose fault is it that Watson? Whose fault is it that Watson didn't play? Whose fault is it? It's his. It's his own fault.
Of course.
He shouldn't be a sex addict. Never mind. You know what? No, we're going to jump in. We're going to jump in and
see. He's the leader of the Cleveland Browns franchise.
I think the owner. I think the owner. I think the owner is the franchise of the Browns because they are poopy.
Stefanski is going to lose
the job. But I'm going to jump in, Holder, for week 2 recap because I can stay on this all day.
Why would you do that?
Because
you lost the picks. Why would you want to do?
I did lose the picks. I did. You got the revenge. Are you happy that you got your revenge?
Yeah. Let everybody know who won the picks.
And it was by a landslide. It wasn't. It wasn't like it came down to like a decision of we had 1 game left. No. You won by a landslide. I give you that.
August. Why did I win the picks? Because I know football.
No, because you went against my team and they lost.
Did you really think they were going to beat that team?
Yeah, and they came close.
Do you think they would beat that team with Akers on the roster?
It doesn't matter about Akers being on a roster. I still think Minnesota, they only lost by one score. If we had another 2 minutes, I do believe we could have beat the Eagles.
Okay, but in the column, regardless if there was one score, still an L.
You know what? Kirk Cousins didn't even do bad. It wasn't even Kirk Cousins. It wasn't even him. It was some mistakes of
be grateful that you're ahead of the Bears right now. Okay?
What is going on? What is going on over Chicago? Like, Justin Fields is blaming the coaching staff, and I was going to agree with him until I see him play this past week. And it's not the coaching staff; it is him. It's he don't want to take hits. He doesn't like getting hit. He made some stupid decisions. You can't blame coaching on.
Wait a minute. Did I make a mistake? You're not ahead of the Bears, right? I mean, you're both 0-2.
Yeah, I mean the Bears could be good. They could be good, just like the Vikings could be good. But again,
No, I agree. It is the coaching, but no, the coaching is not throwing the football. You're right. But when has the Bears had a good coaching? How long has it been?
I'm close to 20 years. I mean, what? Lovie Smith was the
Yeah,
last one.
exactly.
I mean,
exactly. So you can't blame now. Was he a Heisman Trophy winner?
You know what? I'm gonna look into that and say that by the end of the show. But I'm gonna look into it.
I don't think he was, but he was.
I don't think so either.
Pick.
He was. I'm gonna look into it right now.
But you get a quarterback like that, of that caliber, he goes to a team that's struggling. He doesn't lose what he has. It's the coaching. They don't know how to use him.
So Justin Fields,
Justin
Fields did not win the Heisman. He finished 7th in the voting.
Yeah, but he's the high draft choice.
Oh, absolutely.
So when you get a quarterback, like I said, of that caliber, he's just like all these other black quarterbacks that came in the league, with the exception of Malik, because Malik is behind Tannehill, and Tannehill stinks, and Malik doesn't have much of a role model.
Absolutely.
Justin Fields came in and got him. So, I mean, you got to think it's coaching right off the bat. But yeah, his play is not productive at all. He's not going through his reads properly, and he's like intimidated to run.
Well, and that's the thing.
Yeah,
I mean, he
that's why you have like that gift. That's a gift, man. You can escape the pocket and make something positive, right?
Right. I mean, here's the thing. They gave up what?
Look,
they gave up a draft pick and some other choices to get DJ Moore, and everybody was like, "Oh, DJ Moore is gonna be good." Yes, I was under the impression he was gonna be good. I was under the impression that the Bears are gonna be really decent this year because Aaron Rodgers was gone. The Vikings, granted, was gonna give them a very, really good rivalry. Same thing with the Lions, but I really thought the Bears was going to be better than what they are. And I had them over the Packers in AFC or NFC North. I had them over the Packers. I don't see that now. I don't.
Dude, think about this.
Next
year, they get good draft choices. Now, they've gone a few years, and they've had some pretty good talent brought to that franchise. And next year's draft, they're going to get more. And if they're still lacking.
But here's the thing, though. You are forgetting a couple of things. They gave up some draft picks, for Claypool and for DJ Moore.
Well, yeah, that's true. But now think about this. In this league that we love now, Lamar Jackson is not the only talented running quarterback.
No,
Right.
no, you are right. He is not. He is not. And I want to go say Lamar Jackson is talent because talent comes with throwing the ball and running, right? Lamar Jackson is average throwing the ball. He's average.
Yeah, but when he needs to escape the pocket,
Oh yeah, that's a different
he
story.
will.
That's a different story. That is a different story. He's no Michael Vick for sure. He's no Michael Vick because Michael Vick can run, he can throw. He's no Michael Vick. But again, yes, when he's out of the pocket, he's great. He's amazing. He does things that makes you wow, right? Like for
Absolutely. And
example,
there's a lot of black quarterbacks. This league has changed dramatically, right? To when they said the black quarterback wasn't intelligent enough, to where now everybody's going.
Everybody wants a
black quarterback.
Everybody wants a black quarterback. Yes, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Right? And why is that? Because they want to win, right? Now, when you get these guys, you have to have the right coaches in place to mold these guys.
And that's the thing.
Right?
There are so many good wideouts. There's so many good weapons out there in the NFL, right? Why ain't these owners getting the Jerry Jones, for example, got Dak Prescott. I thought he was going to be phenomenal. He molded him with some good receivers. CD Lamb's one of them, but Prescott's playing like he don't know how to play, right? And it goes back to Lamar Jackson. That's what I was going to say was Lamar Jackson got some good weapons, and the rookie they got now, they got Odell Beckham, who's not the same, but it's their defense that's actually keeping them in the game. It's not Lamar Jackson.
Well, you know what? I'm going to give Prescott one like for his first year, and then after that, he's kind of faltered. But in his defense, I have not seen him play yet this year, and I think they have a primetime game coming up.
And so far, he's doing good. I have to admit, he's doing good so far. But that's not saying come playoff time he chokes, right? Like Kirk Cousins chokes in playoffs. A lot of good quarterbacks choke, but Prescott chokes a lot of times and pressure. Look at last year when he choked.
Well, why did he choke? Because he's playing higher echelon defense in the playoffs.
But what I'm saying is, though,
when you get to playoffs, you should be playing at peak level and should be ready for this number 1, 2, 3, or top 5
but
defense
thing, though,
that you're going to be playing. He's never ready for that.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. It goes to show what kind of player you are, right? Like, for example, the Colts quarterback, Anthony Richardson, before season started, he was in the practice field ready to go. Stayed after practice. I don't think Prescott does that. I think he's all about the money and all about the fame. He don't want to win that championship like he says. I'm sorry. I don't think he does. Lamar Jackson the same way.
Well,
money. And I get it.
Stepping on the toes of Dallas fans.
Look, at this point, I want Dallas fans to know, like, there's no pun intended whatsoever. I do apologize if you think that, but Prescott is all about the money. It's all about himself. He's selfish. Lamar Jackson, selfish.
So let me ask you this. Do you take him out mid-season, put in the backup, not Trey Lance?
I will put Cooper Rush in.
Cooper Rush.
Here's my thing. Here's my take.
Put in quick. Cooper Rush mid-season to build momentum going into the end of the season, preparing him for the playoffs.
Here's my take. If you take him out mid-season, he's not gonna be ready for playoffs. I'm sorry. We're going to get the same Prescott we have been for years. Chokes. I haven't seen a good quarterback in Dallas since Troy Aikman. When Romo choked. Just saying.
It's been a while.
Prescott comes in and chokes. And that's because of coaching. And it could be coaching, too. Because you got to think. There was Bill Parcells, Jimmy Johnson. You know, those guys were great. They made those players great. These coaches now, they can't make the players great.
I think this is McCarthy's last season.
And I think it might be Prescott's last year. If they don't win a Super Bowl this year, I think the front office is going to look at that. The coach staff has to go, and so will Prescott.
I've been hearing rumors that Deion Sanders might be coming to Dallas.
I like Dion, but he should stay where he's at. I don't think he's NFL ready.
Well, you tell the owner that because the rumor starts with him.
That's true. I like Dion. Nothing against Dion. Nothing against Colorado University's football team. Nothing against you guys, all the fans. But Dion should stay in college. I think that's what he's focused on. He's more better at. He's a good recruiter. I'm not saying it's bad coaching, but Jerry Jones is gonna make him look bad, and people's gonna hate that. People's gonna call Deion Sanders a sorry, worthless coach, or stuff like that. So I think for Dion, I think Dion should stay in college or go to a team like, for example, what Pete Carroll did with Seattle. Go somewhere like that where the owner's gonna leave you alone and let you coach.
I don't know, dude. I think Dion is a well-respected figure.
What we thought the same thing about.
Done. No college coach turns a franchise around. That's fact. That's fact.
That's true. But again, Jimmy Johnson was a great coach. I'm going to say he was a great coach. Yes, Bill Parcells, a great coach. But when he went to Dallas, look what happened. Jerry Jones made them. And it was and it was respectful. They was respectful coaches. People liked them. People respected them. But when they went to Dallas, it was like, oh, they suck. And Jimmy Johnson won a Super Bowl with them.
Yeah. But okay, now comparing tomatoes to apples, right? I get what you're saying. Will we see that again in Dallas? It remains to be seen.
I think Deion's best chances is staying 2 years at Colorado. Maybe come out. Who knows? Andy Reid might retire. If he retires, guess what's going to happen? Deion Sanders might get that phone call. Why not do that? Why not stay put until a good franchise wants you that won't mess you over like Dallas will?
Yeah, I don't think Deion, to be quite honest, and then we'll move on to the week 2 thing like we were supposed to do, but I don't think Deion would take that from Jerry. Jerry would have to make an agreement. I don't think Deion's that kind of guy that goes and says okay without it being on contract. But I think he'll have to give Deion leeway in order for Deion to take that down. That's what Deion had leverage, right?
I guess we'll
Jerry, if you want me to come and coach this, these are my demands.
I guess we'll find out.
If you can't meet these demands, then no, you can't do it. I'm going to stay where I am, build this franchise, and another NFL team will grab him up.
I guess we're gonna wait and see. I guess we're gonna wait and see if it's true. If this is going to be Mike McCarthy's last year and Prescott's last year, then yeah, why not see what's going to happen in offseason, right? We got a little ways to go in offseason, but let's wait and find out what's going to happen. Rumors are rumors. Nothing confirmed yet.
Got fans chime in, send us a response of what you think could possibly happen or how you feel about the situation right now.
Oh, definitely. Please. I mean, I want to read comments. I like to see some arguments. Please, if me and Holder is wrong about this situation, let us know. I will love it. I would love to talk about it and get your response. Holder, week 2, there was a game I want to talk about real quick. Is the Ravens and Bengals. Do you think that the Bengals dynasty is done? Do you think they're done? No more playoffs, no more Super Bowl. Do you think that team is done?
Well, first of all, Morgan, you have to win Super Bowls to have a dynasty. So
that's true. But I mean, also a dynasty could be a winning team, right? Like going to the playoffs. It could be a dynasty, a small dynasty, not a huge dynasty.
No. Dynasty starts with Super Bowl.
If you say so.
Multiple Super Bowls.
If you say so.
Now, go ahead. Speak your piece.
Do you think if they gave Joe Burrow all this money, do you think that was dumb? That was a dumb mistake? Or do you think this team can actually cohese and come back to its winning ways that has been for the past 2 years?
I don't think. Oh my goodness, this is a tough. Well, let's look at the facts first, right? Football teams are built around salaries, right?
That's true.
So you pay a Joe Burrow. Now it's all this supporting weapons that you have to restructure other players' contracts to keep these guys. Now you're not going to keep them all. So you're going to lose some, and depending where you are in the draft, you may not get those weapons back for a few years. Now, if you look at Jets' team right now, I'd say, because Burrow got hurt, there is some chemistry that was lost. And from what I hear, Chase is not happy at the moment.
Do you see, and hear me out when I ask this, because I see a lot going on here. Do you see maybe possibility Chase, Higgins, and Boyd gone, or do you see maybe two, if not one of them, gone?
The way I see it right now, Chase is a hot commodity.
Oh,
and he
absolutely.
can get paid anywhere.
And he's gonna be a great receiver. He's not average, he's gonna be great.
Oh, he's a hot commodity. Do you think another team would pay him? Because
hands
that's
down,
the one piece they're missing in
For
the
example,
Rams
think about
or
this.
with
I would
Kansas
say
City.
I would say the Lions or Jacksonville.
Kansas City, Jacksonville, right?
And I was thinking the Lions as well. I mean,
creative and making money for these players. Now, to answer your question, and then you can chime in. It's still early in the season, so I'm not throwing it out the window as of yet. But come week 8, we'll know for sure.
Absolutely. And Pickle fans, please chime in. I want you guys' thoughts of how you guys feel about the trio wide receivers. If they're going to stay, if they're going to be gone, if Joe Burrow is going to be gone, a couple seasons. I want to know. I want to know. Holder, what kind of games did you like last week? I have to tell you, I'm surprised the Chargers lost. I'm surprised. And overtime at that. I'm surprised that they lost to the Titans. The Tennessee Titans at that.
Well, Morgan, that wasn't the game for me, but I'm surprised too. Now, the Titans, they're not a terrible team, but they can ruin it for a team with potential. Now, I don't know what's going on with the Chargers, okay, because they're built to win.
And that's the thing. Last year, they were supposed to go to Super Bowl. They were so hyped up. I hyped them up. And they made it to the playoffs and lost against Jacksonville Jaguars. Not Jaguars, not a bad team. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, on paper, they're supposed to be better than Jaguars. On paper.
Absolutely.
This year,
the Chargers,
man,
I
don't get it.
It's hard to explain because they have offense and defense.
Oh, absolutely. Right? And I don't know who to put blame on. I don't know if it's coaching staff. I don't know if it's Justin Herbert. I don't know if it's the defense. I don't know where to start at because they have so much talent. What's going on? And I'm glad. I hope they lose. We're getting a little bit, but I hope they lose coming in this week, and we're going to explain why this week. But I don't understand. I don't get it. Holder, what game you got?
Well, I think they play the Vikings. No?
They do, Holder. They do. And I can't wait for our picks because they're going to come up too. Besides Pittsburgh,
well, for me,
besides Pittsburgh beating the Browns, what game sets you apart and made you like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened?
The Seattle-Detroit game.
Oh, yeah. You know what? That game, I can't believe the Lions lost. I think we both picked the Lions to win. But
we did.
And for Seattle to beat the Lions,
I watched that entire game. And the Lions' defense did not play like they did the Chiefs. They just weren't that level up.
Like it wasn't like
the
they
offense
or anything.
The offense sputtered a little, but the defense did not live up to the hype that they're supposed to be. I mean,
What do you blame at? Do you blame at the defensive coordinator? Do you blame at the linebackers, defensive backs, the all defensive line? Where do you think the blame and problem was at?
well, you know what? And we both know this. You and I both know. No matter who the number one receiver is in Seattle, Lockett is the worst threat.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
I think Lockett should be the wide receiver number one, and nothing against Metcalf, but I think Lockett's a lot better than he is. He's more talented.
Lockett, dude, Lockett didn't get a lot of targets, but when he was targeted, he makes the difference, and that he was the game-winning touchdown.
Oh, absolutely.
But it was just the defense,
and
I'm not.
And I think a lot of defense
get to Geno Smith. Dude, Geno Smith, 3rd and 15, runs backward 12 yards.
And that's the thing I told you beginning of the season that Geno isn't the same Geno as he was last year, and it proves. I mean,
12 yards, dude, and get sacked at the 2-yard line.
I mean, granted, he didn't throw any interceptions, but it was just terrible. It was the running game wasn't working for Seattle. Metcalf was only held to 75 yards, but I just don't see what's going on with the Lions. I mean, Jared Goff did really good with one, and I have to blame. This is where I put the blame at right now. Is that I'm looking at this? I see that there was one interception Goff threw that caused them the game, I feel like. I think if he didn't do that, they probably would have won.
Yeah, you lose as a team. I look at it as that. You win as a team, you lose as a team. You can't really point fingers. And then, you and I point fingers all the time.
And, right? and I'm looking at the fumbles. It was just, you're right, it's team effort. But with the stupid turnovers that teams do, I think the Lions hurt themselves by turning the ball over 3 times.
Yeah, and who knows? That could be one of 3 losses the Lions may suffer this year.
I don't think they're going to lose again. I can't say that. Because their picks ain't in yet, so I can't say that.
Picks aren't in yet. We don't know about health, but I'm sure you and I agree they won't lose more than 4 games.
They shouldn't lose more than 4 games. They shouldn't lose more than 4 games. They should actually win the NFC North, but that's main to be seen.
Of course.
Before we get our picks real quick, Kohler, I do have to say I'm proud of your Pittsburgh Steelers. They did beat the Browns. I'm glad. I wish they beat the Browns more than what they did because I cannot stand Deshaun Watson. I really can't. I'm just glad your team got the W for the week.
They got the W, and you know what? I was starting to feel like Highsmith, even though they paid him, he's not. Have you been watching the kid they got from Wisconsin, Nick Herbig? That dude is a sack machine.
And I think, and Holder, now, quote me if I'm wrong, because you're a Steelers fan. I think he's going to take his place. I think he's going to start over him. He's going to get more playing time.
Maybe he'll get more playing time. He'll probably get more playing time when Waters out, resting. But Waters are only going to be out for so long. And I like Marcus Golden too, so they're good. But Highsmith had a good game. I'm
going to tell you right now, if it wasn't for Watt, y'all probably wouldn't have won. He picked that ball up on that fumble cover and scored that touchdown. If he didn't do that, you guys might have lost.
Did you hear that Watson could be facing suspension?
I don't keep up with Watson because I don't like Watson. I can't stand the guy.
You remember? I don't know if you've seen that part of the game at all, but he had 2 face masks.
I seen the first one. I seen the first one.
He had one on Quan Alexander where he threw him into the sideline, and he had one on Highsmith.
I seen the one
to the ground.
I seen the one on Highsmith.
On the first one. On the first one, remember the slight altercation?
Yes.
Okay, Watson shoved the ref.
See, I didn't see that part because I was doing some other things, but I do remember people talking about, or the commentary, saying he did do that. And by the time I looked back, it was already too late. I didn't see it.
Yeah, he shoved the ref. He put his hands on the ref.
You know why? He thought the ref had boobies in a butt. That's why. I'm done with the jokes. I'm done with the jokes.
I think they're gonna fine and suspend it.
They should fine and suspend him.
If that happens, what's next?
Here's my thing. I really feel like the Watson should be out of the league. He's a big distraction. He's a cancer. He's a cancer to the team. He's a big distraction. I think he should have been out of the league a long time ago. I feel for the victims that went through the things he went through. And yes, I do have to apologize to the victims because yes, at first I was taking his side, but reading all the reports, I hate the man now. And you shouldn't hate nobody, but I hate Watson. I can't stand him.
Morgan, what was I trying to tell you during that?
You know what, Holder?
What?
But here's the thing, Holder. I feel like because you're a Pittsburgh fan, you're going to put the blame on everybody but Pittsburgh or a player outside of Pittsburgh. That's the way I felt.
Please, dude, come on. When Ray Rice beat his wife, I wanted Ray Rice out of it.
I can't believe that he didn't get in trouble for that. I can't believe that he didn't get arrested.
He did get in trouble. Well, he got in trouble. He lost his career.
Yeah, but he didn't get arrested.
That's all I cared about.
Yeah, but that was me and you. If we did that, guess what's going to happen? We're getting arrested.
Now, who didn't get in trouble was Kareem Hunt, which I thought.
I think he got suspended for a couple of games, but he could have got.
He got suspended, but he should have been.
And I think what happened.
That girl.
I think what happened was there were some things that people
just like Ray Rice kicked his wife.
Yeah, but see,
Kareem Hunt
and there's no difference in the two. But I think what it was that she was the more aggressive to Kareem Hunt at first because she spit on him and called him a racial slur. And no, it don't give no right for him kicking her at all. So I don't think I'm condoning it because I'm not. But that's the difference between him and Ray Rice. And that's why he didn't get in a lot of trouble like Ray Rice did.
Yeah, maybe. But any man that puts his hand on a woman in the league should be.
Oh, I 100 times agree with you. And you got to look at. I love Ray Lewis. He's my favorite all-time linebacker. But with him getting away from murder, we know he did that. Just like O.J. Simpson. But Ray Lewis played and won Super Bowl.
He had witnesses. Come on, are you kidding?
I'm just saying.
He had witnesses.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, he paid those witnesses. Just like O.J. paid the lawyer to get him off the murder trial.
O.J. didn't have witnesses. It was his word against.
It doesn't matter. They cut. You know what? I can't condone this. But if you read Johnny Cochran's book, there's a part in there that states he took a stuffing out of O.J.'s glove.
Dude, I don't care about the O.J. trial.
I'm just making a statement.
It could have went either way. O.J. wasn't in football when it happened.
No, but I think he shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame.
Why? You can't take that away from me.
He's a murderer.
That was 30 years before this happened, dude.
I don't care. I don't care.
Now, look, I know how sensitive you are to these things, but
I don't care. He's a murderer.
Let's move on. The other game was the Jacksonville game.
Are you saying because you had Jacksonville winning and I didn't? Are you saying that because of that? Look, nothing against Jacksonville, but Kansas City couldn't lose 2 times in a row to teams that's on the upcoming, right? They couldn't do that. Because if they lose to 2 teams that's on the upcoming, guess what? The spirit's going to be broken. Patrick Mahomes is going to be talked about the league for the year. So he had to win that game. But I agree.
But you didn't think Jacksonville was a legit.
I can't say they wasn't because they was. But again, for a young team coming on oncoming like Lions, I don't think Patrick Mahomes wanted to lose against Jacksonville. I don't think the Kansas City Chiefs wanted to lose against Jacksonville because again, they would be talked about the league like, oh, this team lost to two teams that's young and coming up. What's going on? Is it the coaching? Like they didn't want to hear that. They didn't. And I think Jacksonville, that's gonna be one of Jacksonville's losses. I don't think they're gonna lose more than 5 games this year, but that's gonna be one of Jacksonville's loss.
Yeah, okay. Well, you know, I did win the pick.
You did.
I hate to bring that up again.
You did win the picks, but you lost that game.
Well, Morgan, week 3 is going to be a different story, right?
Oh, absolutely. Because I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna spank you so hard, Holder. You're gonna be calling me crying next week. Okay.
You know what's wrong with your pick? You don't pick the underdog of a possibility of an upset.
I go with stats. You might go with underdog.
Oh, God.
Look what happened with the underdog in the Jacksonville Chiefs game. Chiefs beat the underdog, right? Am I right or wrong? Right or wrong?
Oh, God.
They won, right? Okay, then.
How did I beat you this past week?
You beat me by 4 games. Beat by 4 games. And, hold on. Quote me if I'm wrong. Minnesota was underdog against Philadelphia, but you picked Philadelphia to beat Minnesota. So how does that work with underdogs?
I did not pick all underdogs, but I did pick underdogs.
But you gotta make that statement clear, because people like me will be like, well, you didn't pick all underdogs.
Really?
Fans, please chime in.
All underdogs.
Fans, please chime in. I want to put Holder on blast. If you believe that Holder should pick all underdogs before saying that he picked underdogs, please let us know.
No, the problem is I said you don't pick underdogs, not all underdogs.
I don't pick underdogs.
That's what I picked.
I did the week before I picked underdogs. That's why I beat you. The week before I did.
We'll have to review that. I still have that sheet. But
I picked the Lions to beat the Chiefs, didn't I? I picked the Lions to beat the Chiefs. Guess what? The Lions beat the Chiefs.
You know, Morgan, let's go ahead and start the thing, okay? Let's start
tomorrow
because you seem to be excited about the picks this week for some strange reason.
Because I got the juice. That's why.
Yeah, okay.
Tomorrow night is the Giants and the 49ers. The Giants are playing without Barkley. Barkley is out for tomorrow night. But I don't care about that because I didn't pick the Giants. Holder, you didn't pick the Giants. We both picked the 49ers. And we both know why we picked the 49ers. The 49ers, pens to paper, is 100 times better than the Giants.
Well, you picked it for stats, and I picked it because they're a more talented team than the Giants.
I just said they're more talented than the Giants. What's going on here, big guy?
But you picked them for stats.
I did. I mean, for both. I picked the 49ers for both.
You never picked for both. You picked for stats.
No, I just said I picked them for both. You can't. You don't know what I did.
That's your credo.
If you say so.
That's all the time. You're a statistician. You're Mr. Stats. Okay?
Fans.
If I passed freshman, sophomore year, you would pick me to graduate because I passed the first 2 years.
Fans, please chime in.
Be an idiot the last
if
years of high school to fail. Okay?
If you like stats, please chime in. Please let us know. If you like stats, if you like talent, please. We want to know. We want to know who's taking Morgan's side versus Holder's side, or Holder's side versus Morgan. We want to know. We would read the comments out loud. And yes. What?
Did you make that pick before Barkley's injury?
I made this pick way before his injury. I actually made this pick Monday night.
So you're saying the Giants are going to go 0-3?
Absolutely. If they don't beat the 49ers,
I think the Giants, they're going to lose quite a few games because they get a possible. They have a pretty
They got a pretty tight.
Pretty stout.
Exactly. They do. They do. I don't think they're going to win a game anytime soon. Maybe mid-season at best. Next game.
At best.
Next game, we both have different teams. I picked Tennessee. That's an underdog against Cleveland. I picked Tennessee. You picked Cleveland. I picked Tennessee because I feel like Tennessee's defense can slow down Brown's offense. I don't think the Browns' defense can stop Henry, though.
You're kidding.
Hell no, I'm not kidding.
You know, I made that pick before, not thinking about Chubb being hurt. I made that pick without thinking about Chubb. This guy Ford didn't have a bad game.
No, and they got Kareem Hunt now, too, so it's going to be game ready, and we know what Hunt can do.
Yeah, but we also know what Kareem Hunt can't do. So, he hasn't played football for how long?
He didn't play this year. He played last year. So, a couple games, including preseason, a couple games.
So, he's not in game shape. Right?
I have to agree.
You can add him to the roster, but you won't get the 100% Kareem Hunt.
I'm going to say maybe 50-55. Maybe. At best, 50-55.
And the only reason I picked Cleveland was because Tennessee is a roller coaster team.
Yeah, they're up and down. You're right.
You yourself said they're one dimension.
They are running. That's all they run. If Henry cannot run the ball, they would lose. They would absolutely lose. Maybe they proved me wrong here this week, but I'm telling you, they would lose. Tennessee Titans fans, please chime in. Let us know what your thoughts is. 1 dimension, 2 dimension. If they are just relying on the running game, please let us know. Next up, we both picked the Lions. You already know I picked the Lions, but the Lions on the Falcons. I picked the Lions because, again, the Lions is going to be really good this year. They proved it time and time again last year. If they get the ball going, and they can win. They can win ball games. The Falcons.
Did you even think the Falcons are even the rest of the line?
I don't think the Falcons are a bad team, but they're no compared to the Lions. No comparing to the Lions. The Falcons, no.
They've got a good running back. They've got that.
But the Lions have great
their quarterback position yet.
The Lions have great running backs. They got great receivers. They got a great line. They have a tremendous quarterback. But the Falcons, yeah. Again, the Falcons do have.
You think Ritter is that good?
No, I said the Lions. I'm saying the Falcons.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, no. The Falcons.
Yeah, the Lions are stacked.
No,
I just hope they don't underplay like they did.
Here's my thing: if the Lions play to the Falcons' game, then the Falcons would win. But the Lions have to play to their game. Score, defense. So they stop scores and score, they would win that game. But they play to the Falcons' level, they're going to lose.
Yeah, or it'll be a close game. Either way, still like you have Detroit coming out on top of that game. Easily.
I'm disappointed in this next pick. I'm very disappointed in you. I don't have the words to even describe what the heck that you did. I picked New Orleans. You picked Green Bay. Would you mind telling me why you picked Green Bay? Do you think Green Bay is better than New Orleans?
That was one of my upset games. That was one of my underdog games.
Okay.
That is a game that Jordan Love proved himself. That is a game where
you really think the Honey Badger? You think the Honey Badger is going to let Jordan Love, an average quarterback, throw more passing yards against him?
You don't seem to realize that Carr has bad games, and just because he's in New Orleans, it doesn't mean
we discussed this
because he has talent.
We discussed it
in Las Vegas.
Carr cannot play in cold weather. Right now is not too cold in Wisconsin for Carr to go out there and outshine Jordan Love. Now, if this was in November, then I'll go with Green Bay. But it's not in November. It's not 20 degrees. It's not below 20 degrees. Derek Carr's going to go out there. He's going to get 3 touchdowns for 375 yards.
Jordan Love
is going to get sacked 5 times.
Game.
Jordan Love is going to get sacked 5 times.
Well, the running game is going to win this game.
No. I'm sorry. No. New Orleans has some good defensive players. And that could pack up the middle.
We'll see. You know, I try to educate you as much as I can, but you know what? It is what it is.
I'm going to be honest with you, Holder. Again,
Morgan.
Jordan Love will get sacked 5 times. Derek Carr is going to score 3 touchdowns for 375 yards. There it is.
Piece to piece. I say this. You do what you do because it's the NFC. You're a hater of Green Bay, and you have.
I'm not a hater of Green Bay. I'm not a hater. So, Packer fans, I'm not a hater. Please know that. I just don't think Jordan Love is that talented.
North for decades. Okay, that fact has already been determined by you. You don't like any teams in the NFL, but you're definitely a hater.
I love my team.
NFC North.
I'm not a bandwagon. I don't jump the winning team. I'm a Minnesota team. I love Minnesota through and through. But honestly, I don't think Jordan Love is that talented. And it showed. It showed. He lost against the Falcons.
Quarterback's had a bad game.
He's had, you know what, hold on, we're going to move on. We're going to move on. Next game, we both had the Dolphins beating Denver. I'm surprised that you got Miami beating Denver here. I'm really surprised. Because I wanted to say last week you picked the Broncos.
Why did you pick Miami? Why did you pick
Miami? Has one of the best. Miami should have one of the best defense this year. That's why I picked them.
Why didn't you pick Denver?
Why didn't Bronco fans cover your ears? Because I don't want you to think I'm hating your team. But Denver is washed. They are water. I don't think they're going to be. They're not going to be good this year. They might come in second in that division, but they're not going to make the playoffs. They're not going to be good. I will give them next year. Next year, see how it goes. They might be good next year. But as of right now, they're not going to be that good.
I can't understand. Oh, my God. There's no way Denver's going to come in second. Denver hasn't showed me anything.
Hold it. I'm giving Denver fans hope. I'm giving Denver fans hope.
But
I'm giving Denver fans hope.
They're not going to come. They're not going to have a chance. They're not even going to be close to coming in second.
I'm giving Denver fans hope. I'm giving them hope. Come on, I don't break their dreams. This is like telling.
You're giving them hope.
Yeah, this is like telling kids that you can be anything you want if you come in second place. Come on, I'm giving them hope.
Oh, don't say that.
I'm giving them hope.
Don't.
You're crushing fans' dreams.
Okay, don't rain on the kids. Okay, second place is not bad. Okay,
it's terrible. No, you know what? It's not bad. You're right. It's not bad because you can get a consolation prize, not the championship, but you get a consolation prize.
But I mean, you got to give better examples. That's terrible, though.
That is a good example. Okay, it's like saying kids, grandma's coming for
terrible.
It's like telling kids grandma's coming for dinner when she already came for lunch. It's not going to happen.
But maybe if you say, okay, your team came in last place, you're going to get a trophy. Okay, that
no, because no matter what, no matter what, you get a trophy. And now, in today's game now, when you come in second place, it doesn't matter if it's last, second, and third. You're still going to get a champion. You're still going to get a trophy. And it shouldn't be like that. I think the winners should be the only ones getting trophies.
Well, first and second. You got to give first and second.
They're NFL players. They're getting money. Why get a consolation prize?
But Morgan, I know you want to give Denver fans hope, but you told them to cover their ears when you said what you said.
It ain't my fault. It's giving them some kind of hope. Next game, Holder, because we're getting close to the time. Next game, I picked Minnesota because it's my team. You got the Chargers. Do you think the Chargers can actually beat Minnesota in Minnesota?
Let me ask you this, Morgan. Of course you picked Minnesota because it would suck if they went 0-3.
You know, Holder, I'm gonna have to say something real quick. I thought about picking the Chargers because I'm still sick to my stomach that the Minnesota Vikings that they lost against Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield. I was sick to my stomach, and I'm still sick to my stomach. I still get up. I get nausea. I want to throw up. I almost picked the Chargers though.
Morgan,
What?
what happens if they go 0-3?
They go 0-3. Their playoff hopes is dead. There's no more talk of playoff hopes. No more talk of getting second place in the NFC North. Because to me, if they go 0-3, they will fall down, and either the Packers or Bears will be in that second spot.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, I'm going that far.
Come on,
I'm going that far.
Give the Vikings hope. Now, do you take this one game at a time, or do you look? Because for me, I look at the next two games.
Here's the thing, because we got the Chargers, and then we got the 49ers coming close up, right? Like it's like a 2 weeks apart. But still, if we don't win this game, and we go 0-3, think we can win next week, go 1-3. But that means we got the 49ers next, right? If we lose that, guess what? We're going 1-4. We can't be 1-4. We can't start out 1-4. We have to win now. That way, when time comes, we can be maybe 2-2, but we cannot be 1-4.
Yeah, I picked the Chargers because I think that they have to mentally pick themselves up because they know what they have out there, and the same with the exception of Kirk Cousins. But you give some props during the regular season.
Yeah, I give Cousins props. But I think time to start now is thinking in the future, right? Let Cousins go this year. Draft the quarterback. Sign a veteran for maybe a year. Not Kirk Cousins, though. God, no. But sign a vet. Give that rookie some help there with a vet. Maybe bring back Matt Ryan. Have Matt Ryan sign a year. Somebody like that. But not Kirk Cousins. I'm just saying, I'd be okay with Phillip Rivers, but not Kirk Cousins.
Oh,
hell, go give me Mason Rudolph. I don't care. Just not Kirk Cousins.
Look,
bring back Teddy Bridgewater.
Me personally, we both have different views. But me personally, I don't like Oscar. I just think he's overrated because he had 1 or 2 good games last season. He's just not that. Both of my stars are covered. I have to go to you. I would go to T.J. Hockenson before I hit Oscar.
And we got Jordan Addison. He's coming in. He's a rookie. That should be the next target, not Osborne. Osborne jumps
to me. But if they're both covered,
they're both covered. Yeah, absolutely. PJ should be a third option, not KJ Osborne. TJ, just throw that ball 5 yards. It beats more than 2 yards.
Yeah, I mean, Oscar just hasn't been that for me this year. I didn't really care last year. He had the one breakout game, and that was it. And I was like, okay. But this year, I'm not. I'm not putting any of my chips in that game.
KJ Osborne should be on special teams like he has been for the couple of years, besides last year. He should have been on special teams. He was decent there. Moving on, though, because we're getting sidetracked, losing time. This is my episode right here. I picked the Patriots to beat the Jets, and this is before Aaron Rodgers got hurt. I got the Patriots beating the Jets.
I know. It's a shame.
That's one of my episodes for the week. I hope New England can pull it off because I want to win this week.
Okay.
So this will be the one.
I'll tell you why I picked the Jets.
This will be the one on time maybe this year you see me being a Patriots fan for this game.
I'm going to tell you why I picked the Jets. Are you ready?
I am ready. Sauce Gardner, I already know what you're going to say.
Just Sauce. The Jets are going to play like they're going to win on the defense.
Oh, that's what I said, because it's Sauce Gardner. That's why. And yes, you.
Oh, no. That defensive front, that front seven. Oh, my God. Are you kidding me?
You know what?
Do you really think Mac is going to have that much time?
Do you think Zach Wilson can beat the Patriots, though? Do you think Zach Wilson,
no,
of all people...
That's why I'm telling you the defense is going to score points. All Zach Wilson has to do is get a few first downs to give his defense a little rest.
Yeah, but eventually...
I guarantee the defense is going to smother Mac Jones.
I cannot disagree with you. That's why I said this is my upset of this, one of my upsets for the week. That's why I said that. Moving on, we both got Buffalo. I told you last week I would never pick Buffalo again, but coming to see them play Washington, I don't think Washington has what it takes to beat Buffalo. I don't.
Yeah, you do renege on a lot of things, and I expected that.
I mean, Grant Chase Young's coming back, but I don't think Sam Howell is going to be that quarterback to beat the Buffalo's off a defense, and I don't think the defense is going to stop Josh Allen and Diggs.
Dude, they got the enemy out there. Are you kidding?
It doesn't mean anything. It don't mean squat.
Saying.
It don't mean squat.
Buffalo too, but I'm just saying.
It don't mean squat. It don't mean squat. I mean, Grant, Washington
Who's the defensive star out there?
Chase Young was hurt. Granted, the Washington didn't win 2 games, but they beat the Cardinals, who is trash, and they beat the Broncos, who is, again, trash.
But the Broncos would make come in second.
Look, again, I was giving the Bronco fans hope, okay? Please don't crush their spirits. Next game, we both got Jacksonville against Houston. I picked Jacksonville because, again, they're more talented than Houston. I don't see C.J. Stroud beating that defense.
No, I don't see that either. But hopefully C.J. Stroud can learn. And that's just all this is for him. This year is learning about the defense he's going to be facing.
And Houston don't have any weapons out there to help. I mean, they got the running back. He's good. But they don't have any good receiving core out there to help out C.J. Stroud. And I don't see – and that defense ain't that great either. But I don't see them winning a lot of games this year. I'm going to say maybe 2 or 3 games this year they might win.
2 or 3, that's fair. I'd give them 5.
And
maybe I look
Houston fans, I'm not taking digs or shots at you. Houston, please don't think that they're rebuilding. And when you rebuild, it does take a lot out of you, and you can only take so much. So fans, please don't get mad at me. Next game, this is my other upset of the week. I have the Colts beating Baltimore. I know they're playing in Baltimore, but I believe the Colts has what it takes to beat Baltimore.
That hurt. Richardson, good quarterback.
But is he going to play this year? This game because he's in concussion protocol. So that's the downfall. Because he's questionable.
Yeah.
He's questionable. But if he plays, absolutely, he's going to destroy that defense.
Really?
Absolutely.
Even without Jonathan Taylor?
Look, Colts don't. If they bring JT back, that's going to be phenomenal for the Colts. But I'm looking at this progress right here. The Colts really don't need JT. JT needs the Colts.
Okay. I beg to differ, but.
And I'm just saying because no matter what, they're still doing really good without him. I mean, they do got Moss, but when you actually have a mobile quarterback, that can run and throw the ball, you don't need that.
Yeah.
That 1,000-yard rusher, maybe 800 to 700-yard rusher. You can use that to help you out your quarterback, but you don't need that 1,000-yard rusher.
Well, I picked Baltimore because they're playing against a rookie quarterback, and I do hate Baltimore because if they lost, it wouldn't be any skin off my back, which puts us back in the run of the division. So,
and here's my take. And the coach's defense is going to put Lamar Jackson in check. I'm happy that you picked Baltimore. I'm glad you picked Baltimore because Baltimore's going to lose.
Oh boy, I could see a pink tutu.
We ain't gonna bet no pink tutu right now. We're gonna say that for the fun game. But Holder, what do you see the score going to be at? I'm saying the Colts are going to win by 7. I'm going to say 20 to 27. Where do you see this at?
Oh gosh, Baltimore 21-13.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That is fair. That's fair. And you got to think Odell Beckham Jr. is questionable too for the Ravens. So how big impact could that hurt the Ravens, right? Next up, we both have Seattle over Carolina. I like Carolina playing this game, but I had to go with Seattle because Seattle's defense is really better than Carolina. Not to mention, Geno Smith is a veteran. He's playing against a rookie. I feel like he's going to dominate that defense.
Oh man, Witherspoon had a good game against Detroit. He had a pretty good game.
He did.
Witherspoon was over there in Seattle.
I think that's a guy's name.
The cornerback.
Geno Smith.
Come on, dude.
Geno Smith,
the
man.
Corner.
Oh, the cornerback. Oh, my bad. I thought you was talking about the
corner.
My bad. You look. My bad. Yes. He was good against. He was definitely good. Again, when you're playing against a rookie quarterback, and you have multiple people that is veterans on a defensive end, they're going to do what they can to make that rookie quarterback make mistakes.
Yeah. Well, and we both made our picks.
And I think Bobby Wagner is gonna tear up Bryce Young.
Really?
I think he's gonna tear him up.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Bobby Wagner, but he'll keep Bryce on the run. But
I think Bobby Wagner's going. I think Wagner's going to
get like Richardson and everybody else. He's learning these.
Yeah, so. I mean nothing. And Carolina fans don't think I'm taking hate because I'm not. I'm in a couple of years. Bryce Young will be good, just not this year. He has a learning curve, right? Learning curve. It's like riding a bicycle. You gotta learn, and here's a learning phase for him.
Yeah, absolutely. You're boring me.
Oh, shut up, Holder. You're just getting old. Next game, we both got Kansas City. I'm surprised you picked Kansas City because, again, you go with underdogs. I'm surprised you didn't pick the Bears. But I have to say this, and I'm sorry, Bear fans. I had to go with Kansas City because Kansas City, hands down, it's 100 times better than the Bears would ever be and ever would think about being.
Dude, I wish I would have took a picture of my wife's face when I mentioned earlier to you, at least you're ahead of the Bears. Okay, she looked at me, and with every fiber in her body, she tried not to say anything.
And please, please, Holder's wife, don't hate me because I'm a Vikings fan. I love every fan out there. I just hate certain teams.
Dude, this is a warm-up game for Kansas City, okay, for their next opponent.
Oh, absolutely. I don't see the Bears. I don't see the Bears scoring at all. I don't see the Bears scoring. I don't. Their score's gonna be 3 points, but I don't see them scoring at all.
Quite frankly, I think Kansas City should start the second stringers. Myself.
Go for the practice squad. Let them sign up for the week and play. And here's the I think Kansas City's going to beat the Bears just like Dallas beat the Giants 40-0. I think Kansas City is going to outshine the Bears really bad, it's going to say a lot.
Did you say 40-0?
That's what
both games.
No, I'm saying that's what when Dallas beat the Giants. That's what Kansas City's going to do right against the Bears. Is going to outshine them and score 40+ points, and the Bears going to have 0.
You don't think San Francisco is going to be the Giants 40-0?
I think the 49ers will beat them more than 40 points. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Next up, I had to go with Dallas. I got Dallas over Arizona. I don't think Dallas is going to lose yet because I haven't played. Look, I'm telling you right now, Holder, Dallas' defense is top notch. It's going to be outrageous this year. It's going to be the top 5 defense. It's going to be the offense. It's going to hurt them. But I got Dallas over Arizona. So do you.
Yeah, Dallas has a pretty soft schedule this year. And
I mean,
that's what's making Dallas a big powerhouse.
They do until they go against the 49ers.
They face the 49ers. And they do face the 49ers.
They do, and I don't want to give anything out, but I do think the 49ers is going to beat Dallas pretty bad.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Dallas might.
I think Dallas is going to be challenged with the Eagles. Come on.
If Minnesota can lose against the Eagles by 7, I think Dallas can lose by 3. So yes.
Absolutely.
We'll
see.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Next game, Holder. I know you love this pick. I picked Pittsburgh over the Raiders.
You?
I did. I picked Pittsburgh over the Raiders.
You don't like Jimmy G anymore?
I'm a big Jimmy G hyper. I just believe the Raiders has a lot of talent, which they do. It's just that coaching staff, man. I thought Jimmy G coming over there to the Raiders was a good idea, but it's just the coaching staff. Pittsburgh is young. They're hungry. They're coming off that big win. I think now it's time for Kenny Pickett to put it all together and come this game. He's going to outshine Jimmy G. Nothing against Raider fans at all. Pickett has a lot of weapons, and I believe Kenny Pickett is going to have more passing yards and more touchdowns than Jimmy G.
Absolutely, this game. But you know that they gave up Darren Waller to the Giants, and he didn't do anything.
Oh, he hasn't. He hasn't done much of anything the last 2 games. Maybe if he would stay with Raiders, maybe. And again, it's all about the play calling, right? Like, you got to learn new plays. You got chemistry there. Maybe even with Jimmy G, maybe there's no chemistry because they haven't played together, you know? And it all comes with, again, what I said earlier with Anthony Richardson. Hey, let's stay in practice. Let's practice before practice. He's trying to get chemistry with his players because he wants to win. Quarterbacks should take note. They should take note.
Yeah, I think him and they're yelling.
Michael Pittman. Michael Pittman. Oh, absolutely.
No. The receiver, number 17. He left Green Bay.
Oh, this is about Jimmy G and this is about Jimmy G. Devontae Adams. My bad. I was on the Colts radar and I didn't know miscommunication. My bad.
Yeah, you were.
My bad. You was Jimmy G and Devontae Adams. Yeah, absolutely. They're definitely gelling. But can they keep it going and go to the playoffs and still keep it going? That's gonna be the question.
Well, if they target Peterson, they might. He hasn't done anything.
And I told you when you got Peterson, he's getting old. He was getting old when he left Arizona and came to Minnesota.
I told you that when you had him.
But man-to-man coverage is not that great. Put him in zone and he's excellent. I don't know. We got 2 more games left. Next game, we both got Philadelphia over Tampa Bay. I picked Philadelphia over Tampa Bay because Baker Mayfield is not as great as Jalen Hurts. Tampa Bay's defense is not great like the Philadelphia Eagles defense. And I think Philadelphia has a better receiving core and running back core.
Morgan.
Yes.
your guy, Skip Bayless, is hyping Baker Mayfield. He's got Baker Mayfield going to the Super Bowl.
Are you serious? I almost had a heart attack. Baker Mayfield would not go to the Super Bowl. He might go to the playoffs and lose the first round. Might, maybe, because they have to get past New Orleans, and I don't see Baker Mayfield beating New Orleans.
Skip Bayless, your boy, you send shout out to the Undisputed.
Skip Bayless, sometimes I feel like he does crack. And it's gonna be one of the times I feel like he does crack. Skip Bayless, stay off the dope, please. The next game, we got Holder. I'm confused about why you did this. You picked the Rams over Cincinnati, and I know earlier in the show what we talked about, but I have to go with Cincinnati because I feel like the Rams is not going to beat the Bengals at home. I think the Bengals offense is a lot better than the Rams' offense, especially with that Cooper Kupp. And I feel like the Bengals defense is a little a notch better than the Rams defense.
Now, we both know that Burrow has been on the run.
Oh, absolutely. And he's hurt.
We both know who's on that Rams defensive front.
Oh, absolutely. And Donald, I mean, absolutely.
That's the reason why I picked the Rams, because Burrow has struggled with Cleveland's defense, and he struggled with who else they lose to?
Baltimore, yeah. I don't
That's
think
the only reason I picked the Rams.
I don't think Bengals is gonna go 0-3. I don't see it. I don't.
You don't see it.
No, if they go 0-3, then it's time to recheck everything. It's time to, what do we do wrong? What can we go from here? And I'll honestly put blame on not just Joe Burrow, but the line. I'll put the blame on the line. If they lose this game, the line's gonna be in trouble because that means you didn't block. If Burrow had to run for his life, and that's why I'll put blame.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you there.
Fans, Bengal fans, Ram fans, please chime in. Let us know your thoughts. We will read them next show. But I want you guys' opinions of who you have winning this game, and what's the point spread? What do you guys think is going to be the point spread? By touchdown, by 3? Give us your thoughts, please. I would like to know.
Yeah, I'm curious too. Please, yeah, don't hold anything back. Just put it out there. I mean, we all have our opinion, but it would be good to hear from the other side as well.
Oh, for sure. Man, I can't believe we got 2 games Monday, like we did this past Monday. It's gonna, and I wish Philadelphia. Nothing. It's Bengal fans, but I wish Philadelphia would had the late game.
Yeah, it would be better.
Because I prefer watching Cincinnati and the Rams. I don't like watching Baker Mayfield, but I'm going to have to for a little bit.
Yeah, you know what? It's football season. We're already in week 3. It seems like week 1 was yesterday.
Oh, absolutely. I can't believe week 3 is already here. And next week will be week 4. You know what? I might go ahead and watch this game for a little bit and deal with watching Baker Mayfield. Fans, as our shows come to a close, I'm excited for the season. I'm excited for week 3. I can't wait. I want to see some upsets. I also want to see you guys give out some shout outs to your team. Let us know who your team is, who your favorite player is, and I want to know the score of the games that you feel like is going to happen. Holder, do you want to throw anything in there? Want to add anything? I know it's past your bedtime, but
you know, football season is here, guys, and let's take advantage of it. Let's put our fan base and get everybody out there to speak up, because you know the season will be over, okay? And then all we have left is to build on who's going to be doing what in the draft, free agency, and all these other things. Right now is the time to chime in with what you have on the field right now, and be honest. I mean,
or even who would you trade for? Who would you want to trade for on your team to make your team better? What's the missing piece as well? Because that could happen before week 8.
I don't feel like we need anything. Maybe another strong corner.
I
Uh,
For Minnesota, I'm gonna have to say I want a better running back. I like Alexander Madison, but I want a better running back. I want somebody who can get you 10 yards of carry, like Dalvin Cook could. Hopefully Alexander comes in and steps up. There's a game against Chargers, but I want a strong running back. I wish we would
well,
got
you got Akers. You got Akers. I mean,
Akers isn't bad. He's not bad, but he's not Dalvin Cook. He's not that guy to get you 10 plus yards of carry.
Effective though.
That's true. And maybe one more blocker, maybe for the blind side, maybe. I don't know. But
yeah, I'm surprised you guys let that guy get away on your defensive line to the Browns. Can't think of his name, but man, he's pretty good.
Oh, absolutely. And we let go of Zaire Smith as well. The linebacker.
Yeah, Zaire Smith. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, you talking about him? Yeah. I thought you about Tomlinson. We let go 2 good defensive players, and I feel like I wish we could have kept them.
Yeah, well, there goes the AFC North.
I know
or the NFC North.
NFC North is gonna be the Detroit Lions.
Oh my God, Morgan, 0-4. I can't believe the Vikings are going to be 0-4.
Before we go off here, I don't think we're going to be 0-4 because if we lose against Chargers, we'll be 0-3. I think the next game, you know what? No, because next game we could beat the Panthers. If we lose against Chargers, we can go 1-3. But then we have the Chiefs. We have the Chiefs.
Wow. When do you have? I thought you had the 49ers.
I thought so too. We got the 49ers in October, the week after we play them sorry Bears.
Oh, so you'd be 2-5
or 2-4 actually. But if we beat the Chargers, if we beat the Chargers, I don't care if we lose against the Chiefs, but I want to beat the Chargers.
Well, you know what? I can. The Chargers, Chiefs is a possibility, but the 49ers, you definitely want to have a win.
Look, the way for us to be 49ers is that Brock Purdy has to get hurt, Christian McCaffrey has to be hurt, Nick Bosa has to be hurt. I mean, I'm just saying the whole offensive line, defensive line, they have to be hurt for us to win. With that being said, folks,
best of luck to the Vikings. I know the feeling. Last year we were 1-6. I know the feeling.
Oh man, guys, as we come to a close, please give us your thoughts. Subscribe. Hit our YouTube page, Third Down with Morgan Holder, 3RD Down with Morgan Holder. Hit us on our Twitter. I don't think it's Twitter anymore. It's called X or something like that. Hit us on that. Third Down with Morgan Holder, 3RD Down with Morgan Holder. Give us your thoughts, feedback, like, subscribe. I want to know who your favorite team is, who your favorite players. I don't even care. Just tell us, please. With that being said, Nick Chubb, get better. You're my thoughts and prayer. Don't let 4th down get you.
All right. Morgan has said his piece. Now I'm going to give my shout out. Thank you guys, whoever tuned in, for tuning in. Pass the word out to some friends, cousins, brothers, uncles, whatever. Even if you got some females in the football, just tune in one show and let them know what you think. And maybe they'll like us. I do want to send a shout out again to Nick Chubb. God bless. DK Dobbins. Hey, you know what? In the same boat with Nick, get well. And hey, next week is going to be a new week, guys. We're going into week 4. So I just have to say, stay penalty free and tune in next week.